All right, welcome back to the Turf District. It's episode 103, running a touch late this evening, of course, as we have just returned from the Labor Day Classic down in Calgary. And, of course, we wanted to make sure everybody got a chance to finish that big, surprising win by the Hamilton Tiger Cats over the Toronto Argonauts. So we will definitely be talking about that this evening, and we'll be talking about all of our travels as we go down to Calgary for today and how that game generally sucked. Anyway, we will have lots of things to talk about for that. I am your host, Andrew, as always, and make sure you're following us, of course, on Twitter at AskEmpirePod, on Facebook, facebook.com/AskEmpirePod, and, of course, follow us on Instagram, all those fun things, which, that's going to get even better in the coming weeks. So let's see who's all here with me tonight, as we'll start over here. Sitting in the co-host chair for the first time, it is Kayla. How you doing? Oh, you better do the jazz. You can do jazz hands. That's okay. You can do it.
It's all Mike.
It's all Mike, yes.
Yeah.
As it turns out, superfan Mike had to stay in Calgary for the week for some things that he's up to. So the nice thing is now we have Kayla joining us here as part of the Eskimo Empire team. So how was your whole trip to Calgary?
It was good for the weekend because we went for the weekend and had
Nice.
some fun. Sunday, it was like a looming doom. You could just the sense, you could feel it in the air almost. But I didn't expect to get slaughtered. Like, it wasn't a big slaughter, but after last week with the Riders and now this week, it's just like, come on, like, we're here for you, but you're not here for us.
Yeah, our guest actually tweeted me a very interesting stat a little bit earlier, so we will talk about that in just a moment. That may have contributed to these past two losses that were not so good. But also, hey, thank you for bringing me back home. I do appreciate that.
I got you.
Okay. Oh, we already got asked. We're both home already and sober. Well, at least half. Okay, good. Yeah. I tried to stay away from that. I knew today was going to be rough, so we'll go with that. All right, let's see who's beside you tonight. It is Brazilian Ty. How you doing, buddy?
Good, really good.
Excellent.
Actually, probably a little bit better after yesterday, but
Yeah, shut up. Okay,
I'll see myself out.
Here's the door.
Exactly. We were talking about these two last losses. Now, you had tweeted out a certain stat for the Eskimos over these last two games that has kind of contributed to them not really winning so much.
Yeah, you can't give up that many points off turnovers.
And how many points was it again?
It was 57
50, yeah.
in the last two games.
In the last, I thought it was 54. Anyway,
Maybe.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's over 50 points off turnovers. I don't see many teams that win games if you do that.
No, that's a rarity.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, controlling the clock is one thing, like they did today, but when you turn the ball over, it doesn't matter.
Well, and you know what? That's the part to me that was that's so weird with this game. In the long run, you end up looking at 35 minutes time of possession, and offensive stat wise, you'd think if you just looked at the numbers, you'd think, oh well, this has got to be either a win for the Eskimos or a very close game, and those turnovers and special teams, that's a huge fault.
Well, and going on a 7-minute drive or 7.5-minute drive or whatever it was, and only coming away with 3 points.
Yes.
To open the game, it's like, that somewhat it felt like it set the tone. Like Calgary just had their number from the beginning, kind of idea.
Yeah.
They were just waiting, sitting back and waiting. And Riley's been beat up this year.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of starting to get to him.
Yeah.
And starting to just make a lot of mental errors. And like today, there was some bad throws.
Well, and some overthrows and those types of things. I do think that, and actually, as a third party, what do you think about Mike Riley being in the fourth quarter?
I don't know why he was in the fourth quarter of the last two games.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're going to get him hurt.
Well, the thing is we're pushing our luck
Yeah.
on something that we have not had a lot of luck with, and that's in the injury department. We don't we don't need to be adding our quarterback to the injury list. Like I'm worried about that.
Yeah, TSN had a stat when I got home from work during the rain delay. They were talking about the game down in Calgary, and Mike Riley's been hit over 40 times now, like sacks and pressures and getting hit after he throws, and that's a lot.
It is.
Like, that'll beat you up in a hurry.
And I know he won't take himself out. I understand that.
But at some point, Jason wants to be like, okay, like, we're down 30 points. We're not, like, the comeback isn't happening. Nothing's working. Just put in Franklin, move on.
And I would have been fine if they'd have left him long enough to get the touchdown, because then you leave on a positive note. I totally get that. You know, let your quarterback do what he needs to do, and that would have been great.
Work through it.
But when he got nailed from behind in the fourth quarter, I was like, oh God, like, this is not good. Like,
what exactly would Moss be thinking at that point? Like, you have your star quarterback getting hit, you're down by so much.
I think it's really just
he's your number one guy.
Exactly,
but
so
that would make the mentality of, let's take him out because we need our number one guy when we're down this low too.
Yeah, at the same time, though, you want him to work through stuff. It's like in baseball, you're struggling at the plate. You're still going to get your plate appearances, try to eventually turn it around.
30?
But yeah, when you're down by 30,
that one is a tough one for me, and I get it. I get that you want to give Riley the chance. You want to let him just play it out and do the best he can. I'm just, with the way this season has gone, I'm just so worried that next injury is there.
He's not a will linebacker though, so I mean.
So he should be fine.
He should be fine.
Yeah,
really.
Exactly. Thanks a lot. Ty, that's
take that knife and
that was really Where's the salt in this wound? It's just getting rubbed into that wound.
Can I open that wine now?
We might have to break into the gin. Sorry, Superfan, we're breaking into the gin. And I can say that because I know he's watching. You see, this is how this works. Just quickly, Brazilian Ty, tell us. I obviously I don't want to focus too much on it, but your view, I guess, of the game yesterday, as they were the Saskatchewan Roughriders at home playing a big game against the Blue Bombers and really putting on a great show.
Yeah, I have no idea who this team is now.
Yeah. Like,
Chris Jones, I've been saying since week 3 last year. I've been saying since week 3 last year when he didn't go for the tie in overtime here.
Yes.
That I was done. Right. You guys can have him back. I don't want him anymore.
Yeah.
Travis made a really good point that we were talking that he manages the egos and the personalities on that team so well now. Like, you have Duron Carter, and everybody knew that could have been a problem.
Sure.
But it seems that everybody's bought in. That 7-man deep defensive line they have.
Yeah.
You know, you can rotate guys, keep guys fresh, so when they go down with a cramp, you're not losing anything. But first quarter was...
Just a minute, hold that thought. Anto just said she's perfected a gin lemonade that she's bringing to the tailgate this week. No. Anto, we love you. We love you. Yeah, exactly. If you can drive to my house in the next 20 minutes, I'd really appreciate it.
We'll still be up.
Yeah, a way to go, Eddie Paddles. Okay, sorry, go ahead. Okay, yeah, so it has been a different team. Like, these last 3 games, they've played on it completely differently.
And the offensive line, too, has been way better than it has been the last year and a half.
Yeah.
I think the addition of Diakowski was huge.
Yeah.
And you can see it now in Hamilton, how that affects their offensive line.
Yeah.
Getting beat up. If you're not going to win games in the trenches, you're not going to win football games, and they're starting to now, and they're starting to get on a roll, and everybody's getting confident.
Yeah.
I'm worried about next week, but that's 5 days away, so can't be too worried yet.
There's time.
There's time to get more people hurt in practice.
Yeah, you keep...
Wait a minute, are you talking about the
Eskimos wait, no,
now,
that's the
or are
wrong
you talking
team,
about the... Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised I'm allowed in here.
Yeah, no, you
after
are.
last week.
You are. You're always allowed, man. It just takes me 24 hours to cool off, and then everyone's allowed again.
Yeah.
I did have a bit of a tirade that night.
A little
did
bit,
I not?
but it was well deserved.
Yeah, I was a little not in a very good mood. It's amazing we're recording this show right after a loss, and I've been pretty good so far.
Yeah, the night's
It was
young.
kind of expected, though. So it's like, the salt in the wound was already there. Now it's just like,
Yeah, we kind of knew that was going to happen, and yeah.
Don't trust. I'm loyal, but I'm also realistic. So.
Oh, see?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. That's right. Yes, Mike just said the fire truck filter we'll get a workout. Possibly. I don't know. I got a couple other ideas. We'll see how that goes.
We haven't had an angry elk in a while on our show.
That's very true.
Other than when I say Canadian quarterback, Travis is starting to censor that out.
All right. Well, we got so much more. Thank you, Brazilian Ty, for coming in. This is going to be a blast. Thank you, as always, there, WebMistress Kayla. I'm glad you are here. That's excellent. Okay, John is simulcasting us on their podcast. That's fine. All right.
Do you get royalties for that?
Yeah.
What's that?
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I don't care. Whatever, fine. It just gets our voice out. That's all I care about. All right. And as always, obviously I sat on the sunny side of the stadium, and good God, I'm going to be hurting for 3 days after this. But I know, it's like so red. I'm like, holy jeepers. This is why I sit on the dark side. I don't know what the heck to do. Anyway, I do want to say thank you to our brethren there from the Horseman podcast. They were nice enough to have me on this morning, so make sure you grab that show and have a listen as we break down a little more into the Hamilton tire fire. But we also go, well, which again they won, but still. And then we also broke down the whole of both depth charts for both teams, and I had a lot of fun there, and of course enjoyed a whole bunch of the tailgate as well. So thank you to all the Horsemen brethren. We very much appreciate it. And of course, follow us on all of our channels. Follow us at patreon.com and join in if you can. And I guess the show will be out on Wednesday. I hope. Mike's out, so I'm doing the editing. Please don't hurt me. And show will be out on Wednesday. And I guess then, of course, the game on Saturday. So make sure you come out to the tailgate, enjoy the game, and we will absolutely talk to you this week.